Hey everyone, welcome to FO Golf channel. In this episode we're going to talk about three-dimensional golf, and really I want to get into detail what is three-dimensional golf, so that way this episode is going to help you understand the next three episodes when we're dealing with loose posture, flatten out the shoulders, and early extension. But let's just get into what is the difference between two-dimensional and three-dimensional, and why golf is difficult. But at the same time, if you really once you understand it, it actually becomes less complicated. But when you get there, when you first learn it, it is difficult, because we as human beings, the way how we understand how to move our body is based on what I call the two-dimensional principles. What is a two-dimensional principles? Really, you can see I know how to move front and back, side to side, up and down. But you don't walk around every day, turn your body. At the same time, there's a difference between what I call the roller skaters or ice skaters, or anybody who does a turn. They can be turning, but remember, they're not creating an energy that's propelling something. So it's actually difficult. They're not the same thing, and a lot of times they are turning on what I call the two-dimensional turn. So first, if you guys watch our previous episode, we talked about how the club, what makes golf swing a three-dimensional sport is because the club is on a Z plane. This is a Z, your body is Y, and there's X. Okay, the X and Y is always a constant. So what makes a Z? Now obviously if you're playing tennis, if you swing like this or swing like this, and this is not a constant Z, it becomes what I call the flexible X. But once you have a constant Z, which is what golf swing is all about, the ball, it's on the ground and the club is in a constant Z, and so that makes the golf swing a three-dimensional movement. All right, so, and that's another reason why our human mind, really, it's a foreign concept for most people, except if you started playing golf when you're young and you just don't care about it, and then you might, as you growing up and learning how to swing, you will produce in the world or learn how to use the three-dimensional principle. For most adults, learning golf is really like learning a foreign language. All right, so in your mind right now, because the two-dimensional principles as a human being, those four evil thoughts that's in your mind when you look at the ball and when you have a club in your hand. One is that you never want to miss the ball, and two is that you want the ball to go straight, and three, you want the ball to go in the air, and fourth, you want to make sure the ball goes far. But the truth is, what if I tell you that if you know how a three-dimensional movement work and the proper energy, all you have to do is just to do one thing, which is the rotation. If you know how to rotate, and if you know how to produce correct energy based on rotation, you will take care of all of those four things just based on rotation, right? I know it's kind of hard to fathom that it is a possibility, but the truth is, it is. Because if you remember from my previous episode where I blindfolded and I was able to strike the balls, because I'm obeying that particular principle. So even though my eyes are closed and I'm not worried about the ball, I'm not worried about missing the ball, and I'm not worried about if I'm going to hit the ball very high or straight or in the air, so I'm just turning. And that's the reason why I did not miss the ball. All right, so but again, like I say, what makes golf difficult is that your human mind and also your skeletal muscles, really your skeletal muscles, all the muscle fibers moves in a way where it's in and out, which means here's your muscle fibers, they move in and out like this. So that's what I call a two-dimensional movement. So that's another reason why it's very difficult for most human being, your human mind, to understanding how to turn and what it feels like to turn properly and create energy. All right, so now the next couple of episodes, like I say, once you watch this episode and the next 3 episodes, it'll make you understand why you're doing it. All right, so let me know if you have any question. All right, leave a comment, click like and subscribe to our channel and share with your friends. And so thank you for watching.